$1 million question. Why do we use VBA? Can anybody think about it? Why should we use VBA?
So it's a lot of repetitions work that's done in, whether it's finance or in a warehouse. So to make a button or make a quick short key, to make a quick function, to do it all the time, whenever you want it.
Very good. So
Automation.
First of all, sorry, any other question?
Automation, to automate things.
Very good.
From what I remember, is user-friendly.
Very good, user-friendly. So first, anything in Excel you do manually, right? And you know that this is, I have to do every week or every day. Then it is a perfect use case for VBA. VBA is nothing but automation. VBA nothing but automation, but using Excel and Visual Basic. Visual Basic is a programming language. Excel you already know. So anything you do in Excel, and if you have to repeat over and over, you may want to say, let me automate this thing. So VBA comes in picture. If you ask me, concept is very simple. Nowadays you have ChatGPT, so that will make life a lot easier. But just want to tell you my own truth. When I was in India, just 2-minute story, so you will understand how old this concept is. 1995 or 1996, I applied for a job. I was in India, especially my state. I applied for a job. I went for an interview. The person who was interviewing was my classmate. So he said, I can hire you without taking interview, but do you know Visual Basic? I said, I don't know the Visual Basic, because in 1994, 1995, Visual Basic came in the market. It announced by Microsoft. So I don't know Visual Basic, but I know programming, I can easily learn it. The guy said, you are my friend, I know you, so I can hire you, you can learn it. But I didn't like that kind of content. So I said, okay, fine. I told my wife, I don't think I got a job because I don't think I know Visual Basic. What is this Visual Basic? I thought Visual and Basic, because I studied GW Basic. So GW Basic was like very old-fashioned basic. I also studied Quick Basic, part of my engineering. What is Visual Basic? It was like I was in a different city. I was driving home. Let me straight go to the bookstore. So I went to bookstore. In India, especially in my city, only one bookstore, by the way. We don't have too many bookstores. So I went there and I asked that guy, do we have Visual Basic books? The guy said, yeah, we have a couple of. So books were very expensive. Approximately in Indian currency, it was 2,000 rupees, long time back, considered as a $30, $40. I looked at it and I was very curious about it because I never worked on it. So I bought the book. I brought it in my home and started reading about it. And I said, wow, this is something interesting. It's so powerful. And I practiced. I completed one book. Then I bought another book. I completed another book. So I actually completed 12 books. I was so happy with that. And I started teaching in India, Visual Basic. Now, the magic. 1997, they interviewed me, they in the sense of Michigan company interviewed me and said, do you know Visual Basic? I say, I know it because I have completed 12 books myself. And I got a job and they placed me in offer. I'm just thinking about that interview. If I got the job, I would have not really gone through all the books. Yes or no? And after 3 years, I got an interview and I'm here. If I had not studied Visual Basic the way I studied, I might be working with my friend. He's still in Ganinagar. He's a small city in my state. He's still there. His name is Hetal Parekh. But he is still there. I'm here. So whatever happens in programming world happens for good. That's what I believe. But one thing I want you to learn here. If I can read book and learn, I'm explaining you. You will learn much more content here because I'm going to explain. Make sense of it? You don't need to know everything because everything takes a lot of time. Remember 80-20%. 80-20% means 20% concept. If you know it, you can talk in interview that yes, I can do it. 80% you will slowly learn part of the job, part of the use case, and you will have enough time. So anything you do in your life, start with some basic foundation. So today, not only I'm going to cover basic foundation, but I'm going to take you a little advanced level. But you are not going to learn everything. You are not going to learn everything, and you don't need to, because our mind cannot grasp everything in a couple of hours.
My only thing is like once you get the job, wouldn't they expect you to know everything?
No.
I mean,
No.
Don't expect you.
99% jobs will come based on your confidence, not based on what you know. Confidence, so like example, Justin, today let's say I interview you, VBA, and let's say you answer all the questions correctly. Is there a guarantee that you will be able to do all the jobs? No, because jobs is all about your finding, your creativity. If you have a creativity good, your confidence, you figure it out, then you will get a job. Make sure you understand you should be problem solver. And every time you have problem, think about problem, how I start, like what is my input, what is my process, what is my output, and you figure it out. Oh, you are not seeing developer menu. Yes or no? That special menu is not there. The reason it is not there because this Excel which you are using, it's for data analysis. Data analysis for basic. But if you want to do analytics, so when you try to do analytics, as soon as you use word analytics, programming comes in picture. And whenever we think about programming, it's considered as a high-end topic. Most of the people, they use Excel as a basic level. They never use programming because some reason programming is hard for majority people. So by default, that menu is not visible. The first thing we need to enable the menu. Make sense? So people on phone, follow along, just 2 or 3 click, and you will have a menu called developer. Okay? Let me show you here.
Hey, Tom.
One second, please follow here. Just 2 minutes, then I'll answer your question. In Excel, you see this portion? Right click here. Right click here. Right click here. So when you right click here, you will have options called customize menu. Customize ribbon or customize menu. Do you guys see that? Customize ribbon. Do you guys see that? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Click on it.
Yes.
Customize ribbon. So when you click on customize ribbon, you will get a dialog box like this. And there is an options called developer. Make sure you check that. And that's it. Developer, check it and just say, okay. Make sense or no? Developer, check the developer and click OK. That's it. Your developer menu is visible. Yes. What was the question?
No, just I want to say I have the developer here on my ribbon.
Then you're the programmer. You're the programmer.
Oh.
But everyone should have now developer. Say yes. Everyone has it now? Now,
Yes, sir.
first thing first. Now, please pay attention. Anytime you see the Excel file, please understand. Anytime you see Excel file is one view. This is a view 1. Excel is view 1. And there will be another view, which is called programmer view. Programmer, which is your program will be inside. This programming view, which we call VBA, Visual Basic Application. So if you want to toggle, please pay attention. Remember, this will be a question in the exam. So if you want to toggle, you follow like very simple shortcut, Alt F11. See if you can do that. Alt F11. Please follow along. Alt F11, and you will toggle from Excel to the programming view. Yes or no? Check it out. Alt F11. So if I do the Alt F11, you will see like this. Give me thumbs up if you are able to see this thing. Alt F11. Alt F11. Very good. Thank you, Eric. Right? Sorry? Are you using Windows or? Yeah. Alt. Make sure you click on Excel first. I'm hoping you are clicking Excel. See how nicely it works. Alt. Hold your Alt F11, which is on top row. Right? It will automatically toggle. It should work. Right? The only way it won't work if you are not properly clicking Alt F11, because it's a Microsoft. Beautiful Microsoft, right? Easy. Right? It works for me. It should work for you unless you have different version. Right? Alt F11. And if you do again, you will be back in your Excel. Pretty easy. Alt F11 and Visual Basic. So in case if you're not able to get through, you can do that. For developer, you click on developer and Visual Basics. If you want to come back, you can see now I have two windows. You see this two window? One is this is called code window, which we call VBA window. And this is our Excel. We will write a code here and we'll communicate to Excel, and we can read Excel also and we can communicate. Pretty good, right? Both way. We can read Excel in program, or we can write program to update Excel. Any questions so far? What was the shortcut? Alt F11. Very simple. Now, in this what you call your code editor, there are 4 or 5 things you want to know. First, please pay attention. Here you will write a code. That's called code editor. Here you will write a code. I'll show you how to do so. Code editor. So here you have code editor. Now here, this is the project. Inside project, we're going to do module. Module means nothing but bunch of functions. Those who have done Excel, you know, last Saturday only I covered module. Yes, sir. So you are in that, you will write a small method or functions. This can be used by any worksheet in your Excel. So in Excel, you have, let's say 5 or 7 worksheet. All can use that. So it's a common program. Module is nothing but common program where you can write as many methods as you want. So far, so good. So right now, let's do simple exercise. You are here, right? Now, anytime you can see the module part here, this is module, right? And you see here in the module part, at this moment, this module part which you are getting here, if I add extra module here, it will say module 1, module 2, module 3, like that, right? So I'm going to right now, at this menu bar, I'm going to click on this. So here you go. Are you guys able to see the menu here? Are you guys able to see the menu here? Right?
Yes.
So click on insert. Click on insert and click on module. Insert module. Doable? Are you? Oh, you don't have Excel. That's fine. Insert module. So far, so good. So if I click on insert module, I get a code editor like that. Make sense? Now, good news, here you write a code. Now, most of you don't need to learn new language. Everything is very quick and easy, but I'm going to teach you a little bit. Again, you don't have to know in and out. Good news about your ChatGPT, your My Forum, your books, your YouTube, a lot of materials are there. So try not to memorize it. Just like in Python, you write a def function, right? Def for definition. If you're in Java, you write a similar thing. Here, you write with a sub, S-U-B, sub. Sub in the sense of subroutine. Sub stands for subroutine. So subroutine means small program. Sub, small program. So please type along with me. So write a sub, then you write name. So let's say example, you can say hello, and then parenthesis and press enter. So sub, type sub, then you write hello, right? Hello. That's your name, method name. Parenthesis and press enter. As soon as you press enter, it will write end sub for you. Make sense? In Visual Basic, it's not a case sensitive. It's not alignment sensitive. So it doesn't matter uppercase, lowercase, it will automatically correct for you. So there is no alignment problem. There is no case problem. Are we clear? Now, time being, we are doing first time. So time being, right here, MSG box, message box, and in parenthesis, write hello, word, double quotation complete. Just write this. In double quotation, MSG means message box, MSG box. Again, uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. It will automatically fix for you. Double quotation, hello, hello world, double quotation complete, and parenthesis complete. Hello world. Case doesn't matter, space doesn't matter, alignment doesn't matter, right? Hello. So for subgroup, as soon as you press enter, it will autocorrect it. That's power of Visual Basic. Did you notice that? It's automatically fixed that spelling. Good. So what is our program or what do you call procedure name or subroutine name? Name is hello. Anything I write inside, that will be a part of this method. So if I want to run my program, there are two ways you can run your program. First, either you can click play button or you press F5, whichever works for you. And you can run your program. And it will say, hello world. Yes, sir. Run your program. And I was super duper happy when I ran this thing in 1995. I thought this is awesome. Why? Because I used to do programming in C and C++. Seeing this visual was fascinating. Are you guys able to see hello world? Justin? Either you click OK or you can do play button. So you have two choices. Either you press F5 or you click on play button.
Is it case sensitive?
No, not at all. Not at all. Everything, remember I mentioned three things. No space matter, alignment doesn't matter, case doesn't matter, right? It's all automatically correct. Yes. Question? Prashant?
Hello. Yes, sir. Mine says compile error.
It means spelling mistake.
Oh,
So
okay.
check sub, make sure parenthesis, and check this. If anytime you make mistake, like example, double quotation you're missing, parenthesis you're missing, it's kind of finds and it gives you error. So I would definitely check line by line. Sub space hello, then parenthesis, press enter, and sub. And inside that message box, MSG box, parenthesis, double quotation, hello world. Once you fix it, run again and see that.
Okay.
We just wrote one line, but this three line, double check your lines. There might be a spelling because sometimes this is hello, that's a spelling hello, and parenthesis, make sure double quotation start, double quotation ends, right? Any other questions? So yeah, good, right? Good.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This coding, the hello is our function, and then MSG box is print as
This
we
is
compare
not
this Python.
Yeah. This is the statement. This is the statement. This is your method or functions. You can say method or function. So this is start and this is the end. So this is the name of the method. And inside you can write anything you want. You can write if statement, you can write loop statement, you can write variable. I'm going to show you. But this is the first hello one, right? You are able to run, you all should be excited. I have long run to go. Remember I said it will take approximately 2 hours. Right?
Thank you.
Relax and enjoy. If you're able to run it, you should be very proud that within 5 minutes you're able to run VBA. Those who are not able to run, I want to make sure you double check your spelling because I want to make sure everyone is able to run our hello world. Right?
This is a spelling error.
Yeah, always remember spelling errors and all, immediately you have to fix it. Why? Because you are losing learning now. And now you're doing spelling check, right? Making sure you're clear. Prashant, are you able to find your mistakes?
All right. Mine actually had a space between message and box. So that's why it was giving me the error.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So you found it. Perfect. Now, let's close this thing. So I'm going to close it. So if I want to close here, just click on X, right? So you can close it. So if I want to go back, how should I go? Alter,
F11. F11. Yeah.
F11, and you're back to business. Or you can go to developer. In case if you're not able to go, you can go to developer and you can go to Visual Basic. Good enough? Everyone knows how to go back and forth, right? Perfect. Now I'm going to go back to forum. You will, in US we call it knock your socks off, right? Something we say, right? After 2 hours, you will be surprised the power of Visual Basic. This is just we are crawling, so don't lose right now. After 2 hours, you will see how valuable it is. You'll be surprised. It has a lot of goodies, and many of things I'll give you how you can do through ChatGPT. If you do such kind of work, some people spend life in Visual Basic. Why? Because the office work is all about Excel. So sometimes people say, I'm doing all my work in Excel. The required skill is VBA. But if you don't know, you will be doing more human aspect manually. But if you know it, you will speed up the work, right? So now let's go down. There are a lot of goodies are there. I just explained how to enable the developer options. You guys agree? Okay. Now, a couple of terms. Most of the time, we'll be writing module. Now, can I write multiple modules? Yes. Can I write one module? Yeah. If you're writing like 10 or 15 what you call functions or method, keep one module and put all inside. But if you're writing 1,000, then you group it, right? You group it, module 1, module 2, module 3, like that. Again, you may not need hundreds of right now. Ideally, what I do is, based on my Excel, I give a proper name and I create a modules. So example, transportation module, shipping modules, HR modules. So that way I can segregate my methods appropriately. Make sense? I'll cover that. Procedures, which you already know. Procedure means specific task. Procedure means specific task. Statements is nothing but variables, if conditions, and loop. In this class, many of you are taking my Python class. Yes or no? So if I say variable, it should not be surprise to you. Yes or no? If I say a equal to 2, you will know right away that a is a variable. Yes or no? And if I say if statement, if a is greater than 2, then you know that it's a condition statement. And if I say for I 1 to 5, then you know it's a loop statement. Yes or no? So that's why I encourage you to take class Python programming if you are taking data analysis, because once you know one programming, learning VBA, anything will be a lot easy. Now, many people, what they say, oh, I don't understand this. The reason you don't understand because you have never done programming. But because you do one programming, second programming will be easy. Third programming will be easy. Today, I'm teaching VBA, just an example. Tomorrow you go in interview, I will be telling you honestly, I work for IBM. And in 2000, when I was working with IBM, they gave me a brand new programming language called Net Macro. You may not know now. I'm talking about in 2000, Net Macro. I never even heard about Net Macro. So for me, it's a challenge, right? You don't know how to write program. So of course, first thing you do is go to library or bookstore. So I went to Orchard Lake, 12-mile Orchard Lake, Michigan. There was a bookstore, Barnes and Nobles. I went there. I saw Net Macro is very similar as a C++. Very good. So now I know how to write program. But if you do not know any programming like this, then it's hard. Good news, you are learning Python. So it will be a lot easier. And do not memorize any of this programming thing. Understand the concept. In real life, you will get 40 hours. We are doing in 40 minutes. Make sense or not? So in 40 hours, you have enough time to figure it out, do research and all. In a classroom setting, we cannot just give that. Otherwise, it will take years to complete this course. Yes or no? So that's why we want to make sure we understand concept. We don't have to memorize everything.
So are workers in like a typical office also using AI for their work?
Of course. So AI, very good question, first of all. AI is in my understanding, enablement. Enablement means you have phone, you can use AI. Think about idea comes from your mind. If let's say your company say, no, don't use AI. You can use your phone, just like you're searching Google, just like you're searching YouTube, search AI to get some hint. And then I don't want to do something which I can easily find it. Do you guys agree or not? What company is looking for is a productivity. They're not looking like you have to write everything from your brain and from hand. They're not looking. So if you are doing something wrong, then they may stop you. But otherwise, most of the company will allow and should allow. Why? Because there's no brain. It doesn't make sense. If anything, if I can do, what is my purpose? My purpose is to solve the problem. Now, either I read book or I Google or YouTube, all are resources. I should be enabled. I should be able to do all those stuff. So answer is yes. Right? Now, moving along. We all know variables, yes or no. So I have done some kind of cut and paste thing here. Some of the quick and easy. Alter F11. This will be a question in a quiz, right? You can toggle editor. You can do F2, F5. If you want to run program, F5. This is my favorite. I don't use other thing. Don't worry about it. But this two we'll be often using today. Very simple. Okay. Next, basic programming. You don't have to memorize everything. Again, just like any variable you define, you start with dim stands for dimension. Then write a variable name, let's say A, B, and you define type. Is it a string or is it an integer? Most of our exercise, you don't need data types. Most of our exercise, you will not need data type. Why? Because your data will be in Excel. So if you are defining data type, you start with the dim. So let's do a small exercise so you can understand how easy it is. Are you guys ready? So let's do it. Go back to your Excel. And whatever we have, let's delete it. So highlight and delete this. Okay. We are starting brand new. Do you guys agree? It's nothing. Nothing here. The reason we are doing that nothing, so that way you all can start. In first exercise, if you made a mistake, you can do the second exercise. Later on, we'll build on that. Ready? Good. So let's say I want to do addition. I want to do addition. People on phone, make sure you pay attention. The best way to learn is to understand what we are doing. And then slowly, I'll start using Excel. Because my goal is to teach you how Excel data you can use. But I need to give a little bit ramp up so you can easily learn this concept. So let's get started. So here I'm going to say sub. What is sub stands for? Subroutine. Let me increase my font. My font is pretty small, right? Yes or no? I'm going to increase the font. If you want to do, you can do that as well. So go to tools. If you want to increase the font, you can also follow along. Tools. Make sure you follow. Tools. Options. Tools. Options. Tools. Options. Editor format. Editor format. Editor format. Change the size to maybe 15 or 17 or 18, depends on your needs. So I'm going to do 16. Make sense or no? Editor 16. Okay. That will give me bigger font, a little better, right? If you feel like now it's still small, you can go to tools, options, editor format, and let's see if I can give 24. Today's your lucky day, by the way. I'm giving you 24 fonts, right? It's more readable, right? So sub, let's do add. And parenthesis, press enter. So far so good. Now you can guess it by name. I'm going to do simple program in the world, C equal to A plus B. Now A is a variable, please pay attention. A is a variable, B is a variable, C is the variable. And plus is the operator. Plus is the operator. Simple. A is the variable, B is the variable, C is the variable. You may say, what is variable? Temporary storage. Speak with me. Temporary storage. It stores something. So how do I define it? So the way in Visual Basic you write dim, A as integer, A as integer, integer, dim, B as integer. So you define first variable. So you define the variable. So you have A variable, B variable. I also want to define C variable. So define C as integer. Do I need to write all in separate line, or can I do dim A comma B comma C as integer? You can do that. You can do A comma B comma C comma, like that you can do. But this is the professional way you do, because it's more readable. Make sense? Please understand, uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. It will automatically correct it. It will automatically correct it. So you define variable. Now you may say, how do I write comment? Very simple. Comment you write with single quotation. Single quotation. So here I'll say this is, let's do addition. Addition. So comment. So here I'll say A equal to 5, B equal to 10, and C equals to A plus B. So you can say, wow, I didn't understand this. It is not complex. This is the variable you define. Here I'm defining value. So I'm giving 5, I'm giving 10, and I'm doing addition. So C is now final answer. C as the final answer. We can do like that, so it's more readable. So this one is the value I'm assigning. I'm assigning 5 to A, I'm assigning 10 to B, and then I'm doing addition, and I'm assigning that answer to C. Good so far? So yeah, good. Now I want to display the result. So when I want to display the result, I'm going to do MSG box. I'll say double quotation, answer equals to, and end, ampersand end, and I'll say C. It means it will show me the answer C here, and whatever I write in double quotation, it will be printed as is. It will be printed as is. Whatever I write in double quotation, it will print as is. And ampersand is for join. It's for concatenate. Concatenate means you're joining. So this string you're joining with the C. C will have an answer. So C will get 5 plus 10, which is 15. So C will get 15, the variable 15. So this will give me 15. This will print as is. And ampersand will join this one with 15. Now let's run it. Either you can click on play button or you can press F5. So play button or press F5. So if you do so, you will see that answer is 15. Give me thumbs up if you are able to see that. Front phone, give me thumbs up if you are able to see 15. Pretty good. Awesome. Awesome. And you can click OK and you're done. Any question, concerns down?
Why does it take you back to the Excel sheet? Is there any reason for this?
Always. Very good. This is the back programming, backdoor program. Ultimately, everything will happen in Excel. Everything will happen in Excel. So technically speaking, my friend Alex, this is something learning. But this 5 will come from Excel only. This 10 will come from Excel only, which I'm going to show you. And this, you are not going to use message box. You're going to display the answer is here also. Make sense? So all magic will happen in Excel, but automation will happen from here. Make sense or not? So I'm going slowly, I'm going to that direction. So we will be playing with Excel only. This is the backdoor programming. So we call backend programming. Excel will be the front end. Excel will show the result. Excel will have data. Program will read and program will process and display the data in Excel itself. You can do chart in Excel, you can do graph in Excel, all kind of things you will do in few minutes. Any other question? Everyone is doing good so far? Okay. Now, let's change this program a little bit. Good so far? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. Sorry, question?
Sorry, mine's still showing an error. It says the same error, error. It's the sub add has a yellow highlight in there.
Make sure you have this properly add, and sub always have end sub. And make sure you delete the previous thing. Right? The previous thing we had hello and all.
Correct.
I can give you cut and paste code. Make sure you type correctly. That's all you need to do. Let me give you cut and paste code, because remember, this is a program. So if you have minor mistakes, like your spelling mistakes and all, you may get an error. The sub has this end sub. I give you a program in a chat, add, and then parentheses, right?
Thank you.
And then the whole program is there. Just you can see that right away. Wherever you can compare it. Program, like if it's a spelling mistake, right away you get an error. Double quotation start. If you miss double quotation, you get an error. Ampersand C. Quickly see if you can fix the error. The sooner you find your mistakes, better for you. Because as we go further, our mind will start getting a bad habit. You will keep making mistakes. So see where you are making mistake, what typing error you are making. So next time you can improvise right away. Any other questions? Right? Program is more readable, right? The way I am trying to do is slowly and steadily. I want all of you should be a success. Well, if my secret is this way, I like to do this way. And if you're having trouble here, I'm more worried about you, because as I'm going further, complexity will increase. These are not complex. So I want to make sure you all pay a little extra attention when you are doing first, second, third, fourth exercise, because that creates a foundation. If our foundation is weak, then we have trouble. Make sense? Okay, at this moment, any other questions? How many variables I have? 3 variables. So do you agree that I'm hard coding 5, hard coding 10? Then I'm doing process, and this process I'm giving value here. But in a real life, how it works. So please understand. Let's go back to our Excel. So I'm in Excel and follow along, okay? Don't make mistakes, always see on the screen. Now I'm going to write here 5, let's say write 50, so you guys can understand. And here I'm going to write 60. So first of all, say yes. Yeah. Right? Now I want you to understand a couple of terminology so you will understand. Please, when I'm explaining something, if you pay attention, error will disappear. When I'm explaining, if you pay attention, error will disappear. When you don't understand those, you will make more errors. Remember, there is a difference between paragraph and program. Paragraph comes from your head, you type. Program comes from your head, you think. So there is a big difference. Many of us type paragraph. So it's not a paragraph, it's a program. When you type paragraph, your hourly rate will be significantly lower. But when you write program, your hourly rate will be significantly high. So we have to think before we write. That's why we normally don't make mistakes. Because we think, we immediately fix it if something is wrong. So example, if you're driving car and you say, oh, we missed the exit, you will immediately take reroute or detour because you know that you made a mistake. But what if you are not paying attention and you're driving, you will not know, right? So every time you have to think about that, what you're doing. So now what we are doing here, let's think about it. I have 50 here. I want to get 50 here. Are you understanding? And I have 60 here. I want to get here 60. Then I want to do the addition. And then I want to bring C here. I don't want message box. Are we understand? Do you guys understand the purpose? I want to read Excel, calculate and put the answer back. Pretty good. So how should I do that? Very simple. First, we need to understand terminology. This entire file is called workbook. What we call? Workbook. Workbook. That's Excel terminology. You have multiple worksheet. Worksheet 1, worksheet 2, worksheet 3, like that. So right now, this is worksheet 3. It is possible you may have worksheet 1. It doesn't matter. So example, I have this worksheet, just an example. I have this, I don't like it. I right click and delete it. So if I right click and delete it, then the worksheet is not there. So confusion disappears. So right now I have only one worksheet. What is my worksheet name? Worksheet 3. So if I have multiple worksheets, please understand, and if I want to delete, right click and delete it. But let's say if I have multiple worksheets, then wherever my cursor is, that's called active worksheet. Active worksheet. Active worksheet. Are you understand? A little bit confirmation needed. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
A little bit, right? I expect that because you are learning first time. Otherwise, I'm confused, I'm lost, right? American word, right? Often we use. Active worksheet means you have many worksheets, but your cursor is on that worksheet. So that's active worksheet. So if my cursor is here, can I say active cell? Can I say active cell? Active cell, because my cursor is here? Yes. Right? Then if I see this one, can I say row 1, column 1? Can I say this one, row 1, column 1? Say yes, sir.
Yes.
Can I say row 2, column 2? Yes, sir.
Yes.
So we have to understand how to read this thing. Now, I do understand you are brand new students. Don't worry about it. All goodies are in my forum. Basically, think about that. We are going to create a structure. Somebody give you Lego block. Somebody give you Lego block and we're going to create a structure. But we need to understand the problem we are trying to solve. First, we need to read this. So how do I read this? So the way Excel gives you, Excel say where this value is, you want to read. Then we will read this thing. So first, let's understand how should we read. So I'll go back to our forum. And if I see, I'll show you some examples so you'll understand how to read. Don't cry. Everything will be fine. Look at this. Read this line so you will understand. Please pay attention. What is this line means? Range A1. Read this. Target a single cell using hard-coded reference. So you are saying range A1, and if you say dot value, you're going to read that value. So range A1. So let's see here. Please understand. This is A. This is the column, and 1 means row. So this is A1. If this is A1, then what about this one? A2. So if I say A equal to, please pay attention, A equal to range, double quotation, A1 value, then you will get 50 here. If I can get 50, what about B? What should I do? Range A2 value. Well, do you guys agree? Makes sense? And if I want to write here, it will be range A3, and I need to set the value. Please don't do it. Just see what I do. Okay, in 2 minutes, you will understand. Please do not type. Once you understand, you will type faster than me. Make sense or no? Just give me 2 more minutes. Please, control your hand, right? I want you to use your brain, because once you start understanding, you will start liking it. Please do not type. Give me 2 minutes. Say it, please. Just focus here. Why? Because once you get it, magic will start happening. Okay? Because you're learning first time. Do not type. If you type, you will type as a paragraph. After you understand you type, you will type as a program. Give me 2 minutes. So here, I say, okay, I don't want to hard code this thing, so I'm going to remove. What should I write? Range, double quotation, A1, dot value. So you know that range A1 means first value. So what is this one? A2. So now this is perfect. This is perfect because I want to do sum. Do you guys agree or not?
Yeah.
But then I don't want this. So what should I do? Range A3. If I want to write answer in A3, if I want to write answer in A4, I would do A4. Value equals to. See? Do you think it's hard? Read it in English. Read is from Excel. Read A1 value, this value, give it to A. Read this value, give it to B. Add sum, and the C value, write in A3. So you will write in A3. Make sense? Let me run it and check it out. See, right now, you have all informations in Excel here. Answer is not here, right? Yes or no? If everything works well, you will see magic. Do you see that? Now, why don't you write it? And you will love it. Once you understand, everything will work better. Try it out. Please understand, when you type, everything matters. It's not just a word, it has a meaning. Each word has a meaning. So when you read program, and if you understand line by line, then you are understanding program. Otherwise, you're just typing. As you are running program, give me thumbs up. So at least I know that you are not only writing a program, but you are also able to run successfully. Thank you, Ari. Thank you. Thank you. See, Excel is so much powerful, right? With VBA, you're increasing its value. Good. Awesome. You're good so far? Munjan, right? Clear? You don't need like years of knowledge to understand this thing. The reason my goal here is to make sure you understand in a basic form so you can apply it. Very soon we'll take program like 100 lines of code. Very soon. But that 100 lines code is also broken down into line by line so you can understand it. You don't have to memorize anything. Remember, everything is in our forum. It takes time, first time, maybe second time, maybe third time. But in a real life, you will get a lot of hours. You are not going to do in 5 minutes. You will have enough time, and you can always use resources. Good. Justin, good. Working. Anyone has any issue? Good. Vijay, so far I didn't get any thumbs up. I'm hoping so far so good.
Yes, sir, it's good.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for giving thumbs up. Just don't give me thumbs up. Make sure you run program. Okay.
Oh, it ran.
You will see the benefit. Okay. Now changing
question.
Yes, go ahead.
Question before now, when I ran it, I had to go back to check on it. It didn't do that pop-up again. So that's something I have to manually go back to doing Alt F11, correct?
Yes. I normally keep both together. So when I click here, it does this thing. So this is Excel. I normally don't close this thing because I'm writing program here. So I write program and I check it. I run this thing. I see the result. Good. Okay. Can I change this? Hello, any problem? Right, okay. So this program is good. Okay. Now, let's say I want to create another module, just an example. I want to create another module. The requirement is I want to take a B1 value, like example, I want to write some value here. Please pay attention. I want to write a value here. Let's example 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, something I wrote it. Now I want to do sum here. What I want? Sum. Please pay attention. Hello, hello. I have this value and I want to do total sum here. I want to add sum here. Everyone knows if I directly write, I write a sum function. Yes or no? But I want to do through programmatic. Okay. So I am going to add another module. So right now, this is a part of module 1. Okay. I'm going to do insert. So I have module here, insert. You can follow along. Click on insert and click on module. Insert module. Insert module. So if you do insert module, you will have module 2. Good enough? In module 2, we're going to write here sub will say addition. Like that, press enter. Sub addition. Every time I'm trying to create a small module, so you can, if the first exercise did not work, you can do the second exercise. Make sense? So easy that way. Now, a little bit tricky because this was easy. Range A1, range, hello, A2, very simple. But here we need to get this thing. So if I know the range starts from B1, and if I know the range ends with B5, so I can select whole range also. Okay. Now, and here we want to have a formula. The formula is sum, right? So now, how should we do that? So good news, some hints we have. So if you see here carefully, it says target multiple cell using hard-coded range. So if I say range B1 to B5, B1 colon B5, so I can get the whole range, yes or no. So that is not a problem. Make sense or no? So that part is clear. Now we want to have formula. So we need to find, is there a way I can get formula? So there should be a formula. So see if anywhere formula is there. We can have formula. So here you go. So there are many options are there. I'm just trying to see the simple formula which we can use it. I'm sure we will have here. Range formula. There is a small thing here. Active offset. I'll show you, but if it's here, then I can easily show you. That's fine. We'll figure it out. I think I have an example. I just wanted to show you. This is active sales, offsets, formula. There should be a formula somewhere. If you can find it, let me know. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. So let me do one thing. It should be somewhere here. Or let me do Control F, formula. Yeah, here you go. That's fine. So I have here formula. So please understand. First of all, in our case, what is the range? Range, please pay attention. In our case, range is range. In parentheses, we have B1 colon B5. So that's my range. Then formula. So I'm going to do that part. So see here. So first, I do have many ways to get this answer. So let's see here step by step. So first, I have B1 here, right? And B5. And I want answer here. This is, let's say, B7. I want answer in B7. Okay. So I'm not going to do anything here. So first, I'll say range, right? Range, double quotation, B7. So first of it, B7. So just like I want my answer to be written here, B7. So you can see this is the B7. Now formula. So I'm going to use formula dot formula equals to formula equals to double quotation. So formula equals to double quotation, and then I'll say equals sum. I'm going to use the situation here. My sum is B1 colon B5. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm saying here, listen carefully, a little bit confusing, but you will understand in a few minutes. I'm saying this is my destination. So in this destination, which is my B7, I want to write formula, and my formula should be sum equal to this. So I want to write formula sum equal to B1, B5, right? So that's what I want to write here. So now let me run this program and you'll see that. Just give me a second. So if everything goes well, if you're lucky, we should get answers. So if I run it, so right now it's a which function you want to run. I'll say addition. You click on addition and run it and get answer. So you see how simple, how easy it is. So let's understand why we are writing this way. Range B7 is this one. And we are saying write here formula. So we can say write a formula, and the formula we are expecting to write sum B1 colon B5. B1 colon B5. We want to write this formula. So what is B1? This is the B1 and this is the B5. So we are going to do sum of this. And that's what we want to write here. Just one line. Make sure you write in double quotation this one. So it will perform the summation and get you the result. This one, because you wrote here B7. B7 will be the column and 7 is the row. So you wrote that. And the formula, sum. If I want to find out maximum value in the range, what should I do? If I want to find maximum value, what should I do?
Instead of sum, we have to write down.
Just remove that. Just do max. If you want to find average, right? See if you guys can try it out and give me thumbs up. Working so far? Good. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Yeah. Working. So we are getting a little bit confident about how formula works and all, right? Now we're going to close Excel. We're going to start a brand new exercise. Now you know a little bit like what is called mechanism. So let's close this Excel and we'll start the brand new Excel. Okay. So I'm going to close. You guys can save this thing for your reference. So you can save it like maybe first, maybe second, like keep saving that so you don't lose this data, right? You can eventually come back and review again. So if you want to save it, you can just say first, right? First exercise you're saving here. So you have information, so you can come back and review it. So right now I'm closing Excel, close everything. So you can close Excel, close your module. So you can close everything. So I'm just closing. Excel is closed, everything is closed. Good. I save as a book 1 or Excel 1, whichever works for you. Now start a brand new Excel. Start a brand new Excel. Good. Now click here. Let me know if you are able to start a brand new Excel. Good. Now we are going to do slowly and steady cut and paste. So you will start understanding the process. Each exercise will do separately so you can have reference, because tomorrow if you want to go back and check the reference, you can check that. So right now we are here. Now please understand, we did simple exercise, so I'm going to skip that part. But right now let's scroll down and I want you to come here. Scroll down. We'll come back in some of the exercise, but scroll down and we'll get to lab. So we have a nice lab. I'll show you. Yes, this one. Lab 2. Okay. Let me know if you are here, lab 2, and give me thumbs up so I can explain this first. Everyone is here? Okay. Now, first pay attention how we are going and what we are doing. You may like it. Ready? So we want to add a button. Please understand. we want to add a button. Button is nothing but called object. We want to add object. So if you click on it, it will write 1 to 10. It will also do color coding, and it will also make a bold. Make sense? Only when I click it. Only when I click it. So in the industry, we call event. In industry, we call event. Event in the sense, don't do it, but only do when I click it, right? So it's called action oriented. Because sometimes you have some button when you are doing exam, submit. Login is a submit. So that's the event. When you click login, then it will submit your username and password. If you don't click on it, nothing will happen. Make sense or not? So we want to create action oriented program. How should we do it? So first we need a button. Do you guys agree? And when I click here, it will call event called click. Yes or no? So please understand, so far what you studied, it's called sub. Yes or no? But that's my sub. I created program, I created method. But right now, it's not my sub, it's an event. It's an event, but event is for this button. So if button 1, then it will be a button 1 click event. Speak with me. Button 1 click event. But if it is a second button, if I add a button 2, and if I click, then button 2 click. Each button will have its own click. It means own event. Makes sense or not? So example, if I go to Bank of America, I have username, password, login, and reset. So if I click reset, reset will do something. If I click on login, login will do something. Each button has its own event. Make sense? So how should we do that? So first we add a button, then we double click on it. Justin, please pay attention. This is important. So first we'll add a button, then we double click it. So we'll go inside the event. Now in there, I need to write 1 to 10 means loop. Yes or no? 1 to 10 is nothing but loop. So you guys know for loop. Yes or no? So in for loop, we can start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we need to write here. We need to write here. So what we can do here, we can say this one, when you start, it's a cell. And if I say cell, I means, sorry, my mistake, 1I, sorry, 1, that's an example. So if I say cell, right, I1. So I will be 1. So row is 1, column is 1. I will be 2, 2, 1, 3, 1. So it will keep writing the details. I'll show you so you will understand. Make sense? So through programmatically we'll write it. Then we'll say, you know what, for this range, do background color green. And then for this range, all font should be bold. Right? So this program I have written here. Relax, we're going to explain. You don't try to jump in, try to understand. First, do you guys agree click means? What is click means? Event. Speak with me. Event. Now I'm defining here variable I as integer. I have a for loop. Please understand. Hello, Justin. There's no point to run. Understand, please. Otherwise, you can only do this thing. Right? In real life, you're going to do thousands of things. Right? Make sure you understand. So for I to 1, 10. Why I to 10? Because I want to write 10 only. If I want to write 20, then I would do 20 here. Make sense or not? If I want to write 5 to 10, I would change here 5. Make sense? What you start and what you end, that's your for loop. Now, active worksheet. It means if I have multiple worksheets, I want to go to active worksheet where my cursor is. Then I'm saying cell I1. What is I will be? 1. So I will be starting 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is the column. Second one is a column. You want to be on number 1 column. So 1, 1, first one. 2, 1, second one. 3, 1. So basically, as you are writing the data will be written here. So you can see here, what will be the value of I? 1. So 1, 1, it will write 1. Then I will be 2. So 2, 1, it will write 2. Then 3, 1. First will be always row and second will be always column. So I is changing row. So you are going down. Yes or no? So I will be changing value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the column will remain 1. So you are only writing in this column. if I do 2 here, what will happen? It will write on the second column. If I do 3, it will write in third column. So first of all, so now we understood this part, how for loop works. Now, after you complete this, you're going to write 1 to 10. So we are saying range A1 to A10, interior color RGB. R stands for red, G stands for green, B stands for blue. So red, I say 0, don't do red. G means 255, means do green color. And 0 means don't do blue. If I want to show blue, what should I do? 0, 0, 255. Make sense? So if I do that, it means it will be blue color. If I want a red color, what should I do? 255, 0, 0. It's RGB. If I want to do mixed color, then some red, some green, you can do that. So this will be color. Now this one is the same range. Font should be bold, true. If I want to do italic, I would say range, this thing, font italic, true. Make sense? So now, one more time explanation.
Sir, just a second.
1 minute. Let me explain one more time.
Okay.
I as integer, that's a variable. For I 1 to 10. Now, please understand what will be the first time I value? 1. So 1, 1. So in your Excel, 1, 1 means you are saying row 1. First is row 1, column 1. You are going to write I1. So first of it. Now, what will be the value of I? 2. 2, 1. The row is 2. Column is still 1. You are going to write 2. So it will write 2. Then 3. Then 3. Then 4. 4. You will write up to 10. So this one will write 10. This one will take this range which you wrote here, interior color, this way. 0 means no color, red color is no, blue, no color, only green color will be 250. It means full green color. This one says range this, font bold, true. It means make bold, means all font will be bold. If I want italic, I'd say range this, font, italic, true. Now all those things will happen through button click. So we just need to add one button and we can write this program inside the button. Yes, question.
So for the color, you say 255. So is there any particular number for each color, or just for the color code is 255?
No. 255 means a maximum green color. So if you want to do light, if you want to do light color, you can say 100.
Okay, so we can change the number.
Color, yeah, 255 means strong blue color. If you say 1 lighter green, then you kind of increase the intensity. You can increase the intensity of that color. The maximum will be 255.
Okay.
Right? So let's do together. First of all, are you guys in new Excel file? Say yes. Okay. How should I go to the editor? What is the shortcut? Alter F11. Alter F11. So we are in shortcut. Say yes. People on phone are moving. All of you are following?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Many people.
Yes.
Many people like that they will not be able to do. You will be able to do in a very easy way because you know the doors, how to navigate this. So this exercise is a button. So for that, please see on the screen, okay? You see here a small form is there. Say yes. Say yes. Yes or no. That is a form available.
Yes, sir.
Right? You can do the form here, but there is another way to do it. So go back to your Excel. Go back to your Excel. If you click on developer, click on developer, say yes.
Yes.
Right? In developer, you see insert. Please see on the screen. Insert, there is a tiny arrow. Click on that. In developer menu, insert, there is a tiny arrow. Do you see that? Say yes.
Yes.
And then click on the button. Right? It cannot get easier than this, guys. Right? You have studied any college. I'm going step by step, color by color. The only way you will not be able to follow if you're not seeing my screen, right? You don't need to be a genius. You follow the process correctly, then you become a genius, right? Einstein said that anybody can be genius if they follow the success, right? How success can be accomplished? If you know the secret, follow. So developer, insert. Let's click on this button and put somewhere the button. So I'm going to click here, insert, and click here. So I'm going to draw it. So this is my button, and that is my button 1. far so good. Let me cancel and let's try one more time. So button 1 is here. Let me repeat one more time. You click on insert, right? You click on insert and you draw, it will create a button 1. Yes or no? Now, anything happen, just to cancel, so you can see button 1. Now double click on button 1, double click. So you will go, if you are in double clicking, you can change the button name, right? Double click and you can change the button name. So here, let's say example, I'll say display 10 from display 1 to 10. Let's do display 1 to 10. So we change the button name. Means this is called label. We change the label. So far so good, right? Now you click outside. If you want to move it around, please understand, if you want to move it around, you have to click outside first and then you can move it around. Make sense? In case if you don't like the position, you can move it around, but you have to click outside first and then do that. Now right click on a button, button. So far so good. Right click on a button and you can see assign macro. You see that? Assign macro. Please follow along. Assign macro. Assign macro. So if you click on assign macro, so if you do assign macro, it will give me option button click. Do you see that button click? Now click on new. Click on new. Click on new. This item I can't go back. That's why I want to make sure you follow along. So assign macro new. So if you click on new, you're inside the button click. Say yes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now you copy this whole program because it's a button 1. Copy whole program, remove that button click, and you put whole your program. So you can copy my program. I'm going to see here. Please see here so you understand. I'm going to remove this one and I'm going to put my program here because it's a button click only. Make sense or no? The same name. So I can put my program here. I'm going to remove this and I'm going to put my program like that. Everyone understand what I did? I just remove that old name and I put my program. I'm removing space. You don't have to. The reason I'm doing that so you can see it nicely. Ready? People on phone, ready?
Yes, sir.
So if you can go back now in your Excel file and just click the button, click outside and click now. Click outside first and click, and ta-da! How many of you are able to get ta-da?
Yes, sir.
How nice it is, right? You can see how magical it is. Just do it, right? Because you have created a whole program, the button is following. Anytime you are not able to click outside and then click, and it will do all the magic. So when you click here, you're indirectly running this whole logic. Make sense? Justin? But people on phone, are you guys able to run or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
If you are able to run, just I want you to make the small modification so you can comfortable. Let's say I want to write here, please understand, I want to write here 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. I want to write here. Modify the program so you can write appropriately. It should be on a C column. So this is the first column, this is second column, this is third column. I can give you some hint. You may need to change something here. You may need to change something here. You may need to change something here. And you need to change something here. See if you guys can figure it out. Those who are able to do, just give me thumbs up, so at least I know how many of you are able to quickly complete. Very good, Naya. Very good, Eric. Awesome. Very good. So everyone should have kind of idea like where you're doing, what you're doing. Even it takes a little time, no big deal. As long as you know how you're modifying and running this program, it's important.
Sir, I can't do it. When I clicked the button, it didn't like do anything.
Did first program work?
Yes, first one was working.
Means you have a loop error or something error, right? Did you start with 50?
Oh,
Did you
I forgot to change the range. Got it.
You have to slowly and steadily you have to think about what you're starting, where you're ending, right? If your loop doesn't work, nothing. So if there's nothing, then you can't do color and all. You have to change this one also because now you're calling the column will be C, right? And it should not be 10, it should be C5 or maybe like that, right? You need to do appropriate changes. And this is supposed to be, I believe, 3, right? That's why I was make sure everyone understand. When you understand, should be able to make the most modification. Any other questions?
It's 3 colors like red, green, blue.
No, it's a mix. Mix. You can do red. I'll show you. You can do as
Any 4th color.
you can create million color. Remember, old-fashioned when you were in school, the most popular color is red, green, and blue, and you mix that. If you did a yellow color, red color, so what you do is mix. I'll show you how many you can create millions of color. Right? I'll show you. Look at that. So like it's a, if I do 100 here, look at that. 100 here, 5 here, new color. Make sense? Check it out. Say yes. So this is like different color now. Now let's say if I do here 25, run again, different color. Do you like this? Say yes. Yes or no? You change this thing, you change this thing, different color. Number color combination is infinite. Like example, this is 215, this is 0, different color. How many color you want? Make sense or no? Entire world is created by 3 color only, red, green, and blue. You mix match and you create a color. This color, if you do not know, if you put in Google, you will find hundreds of permutations. But only 3 color through you can create all colors. Any other questions? Ethan, good. Any other questions, guys?
I don't want to be left out. I just mine just the green thing popped up, no numbers inside. Maybe I did something wrong.
No, you didn't do something wrong. You might not change this thing. Did you change 50?
I did 50 to 55.
Did you do 3 here? 3?
I3, correct? Yeah.
Did you do
and my
here?
range is C1 to C6.
Yeah, C6, right? And then did you do C1, C6?
C6, yeah.
Then you just need to do play button, run. So right now running, and this is supposed to be, so you have I50 to 55. 1 second. Oh, because the color, my color is creating a challenge because the color part. So here you can see I16, right? So you started with I. The color is causing trouble. So right now there is a value here, but it's not visible because color mismatch is happening, right? So let me hide the color for time being. So I'll just, for a second, I'm going to hide color. So here, I started with 50. I will be, 1 second. I should be, this will not be I problem. So I have to do, because it will write here at the bottom here. Do you see that? It will write here because of 50. Please understand.
Oh, okay. All right. Mine is way down there. Sorry, I didn't see it.
You need to write -50. You need to write -50 or -49, something like that. So let's type -50. Run it. Check it out. So it's going a little bit further. So I'll say 49. Because you need to bring up. Now it's perfect. So it's coming up. Look at that. Ta-da!
So what was the problem, sir?
because this is the row. If you do row,
So it did on the 50th row. That's what it did.
Absolutely. Look at that. Row 50. So what I did a minus
Okay,
49. I did minus 49. So if I do minus 49, it will go to 1.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Patel.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
I put I plus 49, and then it gave me the numbers.
Whatever. See, guys, there are thousands of ways you can make it happen. Be creative. That's all. You know what problem you're solving. Whichever ways you do, that's all fine. Okay.
but sir, in the first one, why we didn't give then
Ask
because we
yourself
started
question.
with the number 1?
Ask yourself question. We want to start with 1 and 10 only. Right? If it's 1 and 10, why would I change? But here we are starting with 50. I can't use 50 here because if I do 50, it will go here all the way here. Right? Because it's first one in the row. Yes or no?
Oh, okay.
Row.
Yeah.
My row should not be 50. My row should be 1. So I say 50 minus 49. 51 minus
Okay.
49. So it will be 1, 2 like that. Remember your data analysis, right? Data analysis like 50 minus 49 will be 1, right? 50 minus like 51 minus 49. So you're doing data only to make decisions. Okay. Let's do one more and then we'll take a break. Let's save this thing, guys. Save it and close the Excel. You can give a name, whatever name you want. Make sure you give a name and close it. So save it and close it. So I'm going to close this thing. We'll do one more exercise and we'll take a break and start a brand new Excel file. Okay. Every time when I explain, pay attention because what I'm doing here is the most popular problems, how you do, I'm explaining. So this is the brand new Excel file. In case previous exercise did not work, don't worry, you can do this exercise as well. So in our forum, if you can go all the way down, I think all the way down, I believe, I added very simple exercise. We'll do that exercise first before we take a break. It's in comment. No, just one here, this one. This one. The last one is homework. You see this homework? Before homework, you're here. Are you guys here? Give me thumbs up if you're here so I can explain and then we'll do this exercise.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this exercise is my favorite. You may like it. So what happens sometimes in a life, you get data. So example, your data is 10, 20, 30, please pay attention, you will like it. You immediately will understand where I'm going. 60, 5, 7, 8. Now Justin, if somebody asks you a question that, hey, if it is less than 50, you add another column, which is called category column, and say low. If it is less than, just say low, 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 low. And if it is more than 50, then you can say high. Otherwise, low, low, low. And you have to do through programming. So you're creating cluster. You can create a cluster based on condition. So you know condition will be if statement. So if value is less than, if value is less than 50, then it's a low, otherwise high. Very simple. Now, this value is given to us. This value is given to us. They're asking us to create a new column. And in that column, based on this value, define category low or high. Make sense? So now see this picture. This is what they have given us. ID. Please see on the screen, please. ID, this is given to us. And they're asking that wherever the ID is less than 50, say low. So you can see 10, low, 20, low, 50, high, 60, high, otherwise low, high. Wherever high, it is 50 or above 50. Make sense? Now, this column programmatically we need to write, this value we need to write to programmatically. So first of all, question remains how. So let's see here. This is the logic. So we are doing here, first we are saying this worksheet, dot worksheet, worksheet 1. What that means, you are getting active worksheet. Basically, you are getting worksheet. So this is the worksheet name. Remember, you do not need to memorize any of this. You do not need to memorize anything. Memorize means this worksheet dot this. That's what memorization. What you are understanding, because this type of program you can find in Google or books or now, but understand. So how do I read this thing? So it said that in the workbook, which is Excel file, there are many worksheets out there. I want to find worksheet which has a name worksheet 1. Make sense? And now onwards, I'm going to say WS. That's called worksheet. Basically, what I'm saying is in English, this I'm saying go here. That's all I'm saying. Do I have to do? No, I can also do active worksheet. I can make that easy, active worksheet. But this way, if you have multiple worksheets, it will go to worksheet 1 and it will create a nickname or renaming as a WS. So first of all, now please see here. WS cells. WS cells, please understand, this is important, everyone. In this file, your column ID, and there are some values out there. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to find out how many values we have. We are finding how many values you have. So please pay attention. WS, you came from here. Cells, WS row count. Row count means how many rows you have. Row count, A, that's your column. So in A, how many rows you have. And Excel up row. This way, you're looking for empty. You're looking for empty cell. It means after that, there is no item. So you're looking for the last row. So this one will get me the last row. Now, many times you need to know last column, then instead of row, you're going to do column. Again, you don't have to memorize this way. So basically, I got the last. Why am I getting last? Because this will help me to loop. Because I know starting value and I know ending row. So now I got a last row. I know the first row. I know last row. So I'm going to use loop. So this is I equal to 2 to last row. So now I can loop. And then I can take each item, cell I. I is yours here. And because remember, first column, they have given value. Second column, we are going to write. We are going to write second column. So this is the 2, second column. So we are saying in cell here, I want to know this value, and that value I'm taking as a variable. So whatever value you give me, I'm going to read that value. And once I read this value, I check this value is greater than 50. If that's the case, then this is the first column and this is the second column. So second column, I'm going to write high if it's greater than 50. Else, I'm going to write low. And I'm done. This is the loop. So everything I'm going to loop. So first understand this one. This is your first. First one means first column. Second means second column. So second column we are writing either high or we are writing low based on the value. The value we are reading from here. What is this one? So WS means worksheet. Cells I. I is nothing but row. So you're taking row number 2. Column 1. So you take this value and say this value is greater than 50 and say yes, then you're going to write high. If this value is less than, you're going to write low. Make sense? So now go to your Excel file and type this thing. Write any value, but start with ID. Give any random value from 0 to 100. Just give any value 0 to 100. As many value. You don't have to pick any particular thing. Give any value. As many value. It's up to you how many value you want to give. I'm giving 10 value. Okay. Pick any value. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. This program will work for all of us. So you enter this value. Please understand, first column is always called 1. Yes or no? And this is your row. So your row starts from 2. And this is the last row. Now we will programmatically add one column here. And this one, based on the value, we'll say low, 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 high, high, high for me. For you, if you have different value, it will do adjustment. Good so far. Now do Alt F11. Do Alt F11 so you can go to program. F11 so you can go to program. Now do insert module, insert module, insert module, insert module. So first of all, make sure you see on the screen, insert module. So if you do insert module, now here I'm going to write my own methods. I'll say sub category, whatever name you want, subcategory, and then you can enter. So you have name. Okay. You can write any name. So far so good. Please understand this is my method name. Right? Now go back to my forum. Don't copy this line sub because we created our own sub. Copy from here to here up to this. Don't copy end sub also. I hope you are understanding. This line we are not copying. This line we are not copying. Rest we are copying. Control C. Will do. Control C. Now go back to your module and inside that do Control V. Control V. Control V. So you can see that each line I have added comment. So you can easily see single quotation through I added comment. So you can easily see that everything what we just discussed about is there. But please understand, you put inside the sub. You put inside the sub. You don't have to remove the space and all. I'm just doing it because it will be easier for you to read about it. Remember, everything inside, there is no need to worry about. Your code is exactly the same as we discussed. Are you guys able to copy paste? Right? So see here, this is my sub. Inside the sub, I copy paste this code. I copy paste the code, right? So I have now everything inside my sub. You can see nicely it's loop is here and this. Please understand your sub name is here and then end sub is here. Entire code we copy paste. One more time, this one will give me active worksheets. This line will give me last row. Once I have last row, I'm starting with second row to last row. I'm looping. Each cell, I'm getting the value. And that value I'm checking is greater than 50. If yes, I'll write high on a second column. Otherwise, I'll write low. Make sense? Run your program and check your result. It should work. You don't have to have exact same as mine. As long as you have written proper method, it should work without any problem. Give me thumbs up. Right? This kind of things is tiring if you do manually. If you do this thing, it's pretty easy. Create this exercise. You may like this one. Through program, please understand, through program, I want to create the data through program. So let's example, I want to create a column ID, enter this value, enter this value, and do total score through program. Now at this moment, you already know a couple of things. You know, first is always row, and second is always column. So if I want to write ID here, row 1, column 1. If I want to write here, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3. You know that part, right? So if you see this program, it's more easy now. So here, read in English, this workbook, worksheet 1. I'm saying cells clear. It means remove everything. Make sense? And then it's just like a position, 1, first row, 1, value ID. So first, this one is a row and column 1, 2, 3. So this is the 1 column, this is second column, and third. So this line, this 3 line will set up a column. Make sense? Now, rest of the things you can see right away. Second column, second row, first value is 1. So second row, first value is 1. Second row, second value is John. So you're writing like this. Make sense? Make sense? So now you understood the concept. Now you can see everything is here. What we're going to do, start a brand new Excel file. Now you already know button, so we'll do the button one. So you can see how we can customize. Let's say I want to add a button. How should I add a button? How should I add a button? How should I add a button?
Go to developer tab.
And of course, insert. Very good. Very good. Just draw the button. Please follow. Please follow. Right. Now, if you want to change the button name, click, you can do here. If you want to change, but click, you have to keep. Click, you have to keep. Right? Because you can't change the event. You can change the name. Instead of button one, you can say, let's say load data, something like that. But click, you can't change. So I'm going to keep it like that. And then I'll say new. So far, so good. So if you click on new, you're here. So technically speaking, this is the button. So if somebody click the button, it will come. So that's called button event. See if you guys can come here. Give me thumbs up if you're here. Good. Everyone understand? So sometimes you can use like a button, sometimes you do checkbox, whatever it is, you can do that. Now go back to our forum. I hope you all have access to the forum. Don't copy the sub because you already have an event. You're going to copy this portion. Copy this portion, and you can see the formula. This is what I was looking for. Formula. Control C. Right? Don't copy and sub. Just copy this. Let me repeat. You are copying from here all the way here. Don't copy and sub. Now go back to your event and just paste it here. Don't worry about space. Make sure you copy inside the sub and end sub. Everything will go to inside sub and end sub. So don't make a mistake here. Everything will be inside end sub and sub. End sub and sub. Now you're done. You're ready to go. So if you run your program, just click on it. Click outside first and click it, and it will write everything for you. Pretty good. See, click outside, right? Click outside and just click the button, and it will write for you. If you want to move button, you right click outside and then you move it around. So like example, I right click and I move around. So I can move around. So please understand how nicely it writes code for you. Everything what you are doing here, it's understandable and explainable, because first one will be the worksheet one. So if I have worksheet one, let's say I want to write in worksheet two, what should I do? What should I do? If I want to write in worksheet two, so let's say I do, or I can do the like example here.
So change instead of sheet one, put a sheet two.
Worksheet two, right? Worksheet two, right? You're right, absolutely. So here I just need to do worksheet two. I can add programmatically worksheet, right? I can also say this worksheet dot add. I can delete also. I can close also. So right now I say worksheet two. So if I run the program, boom, makes sense? Pretty good. So and the rest of the things is pretty clear. Like example, this is clearing, right? This data, let's say if I want to write here, then you're selecting row 14, and then you adjust that. This is all like selecting row and column. First thing, always row. So example, row, first is row, and second is the column. So anytime you write 2, 1, the first is the row, second is the column. So row 2 and column 1, it's a 1. Right? If you want to go here, row 6, column 1. Make sense? Easy or hard? Pretty easy, yes or no? Right? Trust me, all those things when you do a couple of times, you feel comfortable. Try not to memorize at all. Why? Because this exercise which I'm doing, in a real life, you make it 8 hours. I'm doing in 8 minutes. Why? Because we are having pre-made. In a real life, you can do Google, ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever it is, but you will get 8 hours to do such kind of thing. Sounds good? So now, close this thing, we'll do one more exercise, interesting exercise. Please do along with me, so at least you get some idea how it works, okay? I'm not going to save this thing, so I'm going to start with the new worksheet. I want this exercise you guys do along with me. You may like it. So please do. Create a brand new Excel file. This exercise which we are going to do, please pay attention. The intention is pretty good. We're going to do 2 worksheets. We'll have data, and we'll say both worksheet data should be merged into 3rd worksheet. Very nice. Yes, sir. So somebody give you data Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. If you want to accumulate, you don't want to do like what you call manually, then you can do this thing through programming. Yeah. So how we do that? So we're gonna do worksheet 1, worksheet 2, and worksheet 3. So I created 3 worksheets: worksheet 1, worksheet 2, and worksheet 3. Good, sir. Okay. Now this exercise which we are doing here is this one. So this is the exercise we are doing. So we're gonna create 3 columns and add a couple of rows. You don't have to count how many rows you add, just add few. 3 columns, and few rows. So let's do that. So first worksheet, make sure you do that so you will appreciate. Make sure you're in worksheet 1. I'm in a worksheet 1. Okay. Now in this worksheet 1, I'm adding ID, name, and what was the last one? Age. ID, name, age. So let's say I have one person in my team, Mike. He is very young, so 21 years old. And I have another person, Amy. She is also 19 years old. And another person, Kevin, is 33 years old. So this is the one worksheet. Make sense? Okay. Now I'll go to worksheet 2. You don't have to copy exact data. You can add as whatever you like. If you want 4 rows, 5 rows, doesn't matter. Now if you go to worksheet 2, I'll do the same column, ID, name, age. And then I'll say I have, let's say, 4th number, just an example, or you can add any number. Let's say this is, let's say, Mary. And she is, let's say, 32 years old. And I have Thomas, 50 years old. And Jim is, so Jim is 45 years. So I have 2 worksheets. Now my requirement is I want to merge these worksheets in worksheet 3. So you can add as many rows you want, doesn't matter the data. Programmatically it will read and it will merge it. So I have data. Now I want to go to editor. So Alt F11, Alt F11. So if you have something, if you don't like that, don't worry about it. Just do insert module. Don't disturb this one. Insert module. So it will create a brand new module. Insert module, create a brand new module. And I'll say sub merge data and press enter. Sub merge data and press enter. So here we are creating a brand new multiple method. Inside, we're gonna add our code. Okay. Before we do cut and paste, let's understand the code. So code, it's pretty easy. So this is worksheet 1, this is worksheet 2, and this is code. Now let's understand. So we are saying, hey, I'm going to create 3 worksheets. Worksheet 1, I'm going to name as a worksheet 1, worksheet 2, and worksheet 3. These are just a variable. So we are saying, hey, now onwards, worksheet 1, I'll say WS1, worksheet 2, I'll say WS2, worksheet 3, I'll say WS3. Now, I'm saying clear the worksheet 3. So if there is a data in worksheet 3, clear it. Now, please pay attention. You may like it. Please see here. Everyone pay attention. We are saying WS1, which is worksheet 1, use range and copy. Use range means wherever your data, copy that. Destination, go to worksheet 3 on a first cell, paste it. So please understand, this is beautiful. WS1, which is worksheet 1, use range, copy that. So first you copy from worksheet 1 and destination, which you're pasting to WS3 range 1. Now you're finding the last row because worksheet 1 data you pasted in worksheet 3. You pasted in worksheet 3. So you don't know how much data you pasted. So we are saying, what is the last row in worksheet 3? So this one get me last row. Then we're going to copy worksheet 2 data and paste it after the last row. Make sense? Huh? So here we are saying we got the last row. Now we are saying go to worksheet 2, copy that, and paste the data to last row. So this way you will have in worksheet 3, you will have worksheet 1 data and then worksheet 2 data and auto fit it. So what we need to do is we're going to copy this portion. Don't copy answer, just copy this portion. Don't copy answer, just copy this because we have already created our sub. Now go back in our module, paste that. So right now in our Excel file, if you notice that we don't have anything in the worksheet 3. We do have worksheet 1. You can see here we have 4 rows here. We have worksheet, we have another 4 rows here. Make sense? Now I go to my modules and I'm going to keep my cursor on worksheet 3 so you can see that what it performs. Now I'm going to run the program. So when I run the program, check it out. It's editing out, something wrong. Worksheet 3. Seems like there is a space ID there. No? Set worksheet 3. What's the issue? Spelling is correct. Let me run the program one more time. It says script out of range. 1, 2, 3.
Sure, don't cry.
Yeah, it's crying right now. It's crying right now.
I think you started on sheet 3 when you're supposed to start on sheet 1.
No, that is not a problem. Let me put my cursor here. Worksheet 1 doesn't. I don't think that's a problem. But let's run one more time.
The copy paste worked.
Sorry.
It
The
worked
copy
for
paste
me.
worked. Yeah,
It should have
it
worked.
worked.
It should have
Yeah.
worked. Why it is not working for me? I have to check that. So stop this thing. Now run it. It says subscript run. So why it is crying here? It's crying here. This worksheet 3. I think it's I had to something typing error or something. Why it is worksheet 6? Let me spell thing here. Sheet 3. It's not finding that. It seems like
Is it the sheet 3? Is there a space after 3 in the tab?
no, I don't think so. No. See, 1 and 2 it did not cry. It cried on 3. Some reason it's crying on 3. Let me do one thing. I'll change the name. Maybe it's not finding that. That's what it's happening. Let me add one more worksheet. Just try to see. It's crying because of something. It should work. Let's see here. Okay, stop here. Run one more time. It's still having problem. Worksheet 3. What is the error it says? It says subscript out of range. But I do have worksheet 3. But I do have. Oh, you know what? Oh, it is using this one. Do you see that? It is using workbook 1.
Yeah.
Using workbook 1.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not this worksheet. So it's using different file altogether, different Excel files. So let me see what's going on here. You see that? Because this does not have. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'll come out from here. I have to make this one active. 1 second. Right now, stop this one. Toggle folder. Okay. So now this is project 1. I have only 2 worksheets, so that's why it's crying. Because here, this is project 2. My module is here. So my module says that I need to bring this module here. Okay. Module 2, now it should be fine. Yeah, perfect. Got it? Make sense? So you can do merge quickly and auto fit. It automatically fit properly. Got it? Easy?
How could you, excuse me, Tushar, how could you remove the, raw 5, the column name
Yeah,
after you merged?
yeah, you can delete. Very good question. Let's do that. So very good question. So if you want to do delete, insert, update, so let me show you something in our forum. In our forum, there are many options available. I have given some tips here. So these are tips. So you can see here, row to insert, row 4 delete. So if you want to delete, so I'm going to delete row 5, right? That's what you want to do. So you go back in a program, right? Good question, actually. Rows 5, so we'll delete that. So here, so once we complete like that, if you want to do some and insert, update, delete, we can. So rows 5, we will be doing all those things. And now we are in rows 5, right? So that's what we have here. Hint. I just want to make sure our hint is row 5, delete. If delete the 4th row, so that way should be fine. Right now, we are doing here at row 5. So technically speaking, it should consider WS2, which is in our case will be WS3 will be our active. Let's see if it works. So it ran. And if I go here, oops, not this one. Where is my?
Oh yeah, it worked.
It worked? Awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty good. But let's say you want to add one more row, then you do insert. So you can do delete, you can do insert. So what I did is I just added one extra line. I say, you know what? I want to delete this row 5 because my active worksheet is here. So if I want to copy this line, I can copy, I can paste it here. If I want to add a line here, then I can say row 2 insert. So it will add a line and it will push everything down. You can add a column also. So here you can say columns 2, then you will add empty column and rest one will shift. Make sense? So these tips are in our forum. These are all tips, beautiful tips. You can try it out. So example, if you want a workbook add, you can do that. If you want to add a worksheet, you can do the add work, like save. So there are tips here. Like example, if you want to close, you can do that. If you want to save as a different name, you can do that as well. So I added tips here, like how to add rows. If you want to add columns, you can do columns addition. If you want to delete column, you can do that as well. So there are some tips I added. Right? Now let's do one more interesting exercise, which is called graphs. So you may like this one. Okay. This exercise is graph. So this one, we want to create a graph to program it. Ready? So first, I want you to create this data so we can close our current Excel file because it does not create a problem, because otherwise you saw I was getting error because it is referencing something. So I'm going to come out. I'm going to close all my Excel file, then create a brand new Excel file. So I should not have any problem with that. Let's create a brand new Excel file. I hope you can create a brand new Excel file. And in that Excel file, what I really want you to do is this thing. Please pay attention. We are going to create, we are going to create 2 columns, month and cells. Month and cells will create it. So we'll create up to 10. So, and then some data, you don't have to copy the data exactly. You can have some random data. Then we'll add a button. Now, goal of the exercise, when I click on this thing, it can read this data and accordingly it will create a graph. Make sense? Now, in your homework, I'm asking you to do pie chart, right? So how it will work? So first, let me explain so you will understand the concept. Just give me 2 minutes. It's pretty easy to understand. First, active worksheet. So we are saying current worksheet will be WS. This is my active worksheet. Then I'm saying WS range A1 to B10. A1 to B10 means this is your A1 and this is your B10. So I'm taking a range. This is my range. Make sense? And that range I'm giving as a data range. So please understand, That is my data range. Then I say WS chart object. Chart object means I'm creating a graph. And that graph, I'm saying that that graph should be far from the border. So that's the left. This is the left. And bottom, that's called top. So it's 100 pixel bottom from the top side. So top row, you're going bottom. The width of this chart will be like this, and height of this chart will be like this. You can change later on. If you want to make a bigger chart, smaller chart, you can do that. Then you're saying, I want to have a chart type column. Column means you are going to have like this thing, like the vertical thing, right? Like the column. Then you're saying that whatever data I am selecting here, that data will be a data range. So the chart which you are going to draw, use this data range. And this data range have two types. One is a category and one is the value. So the chart which you are creating, heading will be sales data, heading will be sales data, and one axis will be month, another axis will be sales. And you will do color. Remember we did RGB 0, 0 to 55 means we want to have blue color, right? So right now, let's do together, it will be fun. So we are going to create new file, let's do that. And we'll write here month and sales. Please do so. And you can write Jan, Feb, write Jan and Feb, and you highlight it, and then you scroll like that. So it will automatically do for September. So first you write Jan and Feb, highlight and drag it. So it will do all the way up to September. Now it says, just give a random number, but try to give appropriate number. So like example 2000, example 500, 1500, like some range, closer range. So you can see the data. Try not to give too far, don't do millions and all, it will be bad, right? So just give some reasonable number. So I give them number. Good so far? Now I want to add a button. So insert developer first, insert, and then button. So I'm going to add a button. As soon as I add a button, it's going to pop up, right? And I'm going to click on new. I'm going to click on new. Make sense or no? Now I'm inside. Now I have data. I have event. Click is the event. So I have event. Now I'm going to go back to my program. I'm not going to copy sub. I'm going to copy from here to here, up to here. And if I do Control C, I paste it. I do not copy and sub. Now I paste it here. And if I run my program, you will see the magic. Graph is created. Pretty good. Beautiful. Yes or no? The height, width, you don't have to do anything. So you can automate everything through this kind of programming. And trust me, you can also email automatically. If you email, you can generate PDF files. You can print also. Lots of things you can do, right? So you can also read the file from the folder. So like example, if somebody dropped the file, your program can read it, generate the graphs and send it. So you are eliminating human aspects. Completely automated. You like it? Right? Many times these kind of things, if you kind of share in your interview that, hey, using VBA, I created graphs, I did a merge Excel files, I created formulas, that's pretty impressive. Because not knowing VBA versus knowing what you know right now is quite more beneficial. Now, of course, you have to do a little practice because I'm explaining, but you have to do a little practice. Not too much. Maybe spend a couple of days and try to do homework. Use ChatGPT also. ChatGPT will tremendously help. Try to understand the comment because it will give you comments. When you understand the comments, you can modify. Right now, the data range I have selected this thing. Please understand. What if your data range is this thing? Where you will change the program? What if your columns are 3? How would you change the